I just made more money in under 15 minutes than I used to in an entire week of working at my old job, and I did this at 7 p.m. using this one concept. And the entry model I used was the gooey model, which is my ICT entry model, and right now I just want to teach you exactly how I caught this trade. Okay, so since I'm trading during the Asia session, it's not your typical 15-minute or breakout. What I was looking for was a fair value gap on the 5-minute, the 15-minute, the hourly, or higher to target my longs off of. And this trade had a lot to do with fundamental analysis since we had really positive news coming out about the US and China making a trade deal. We saw a 900 tick gap up, so that gave me a very strong bullish bias. What most traders would have done is jumped in the longs right here and then gotten stopped out by this move. But I waited for this manipulation move down to sweep our internal liquidity, and this is where I saw my model. So the first step to the model is seeing a sweep of internal liquidity, which we saw right here when we came down and took these lows. The next step of the model is seeing us trade into this 5-minute gap just like we did here. The third step of the model is waiting for the first IFEG or 1-minute bearish fair value gap to get inverse, and that's where I would target my long off of. Now, because I was teaching my students at the time, I didn't even see this entry, but I did wait for the next IFEG that was still a very valid entry right up here, this bearish fair value gap that I was waiting for us to inverse. But before I jump into a trade, I need to make sure I have external opposing liquidity to target. So right here, I saw that we had an hourly swing high. So that was my target for my buys. So this is when I waited for the pullback and retest of the IFEG, putting my entry right around here, keeping my stop loss below the wick of that IFEG, and then ultimately targeting that high up there for full TP. So let's see how this one played out. We came down and we bounced perfectly off the IFEG. We got a really fast move right to full TP. I kept a few runners. Eventually, I took them out in profit and called it a day.